graphic today, just us on the entrance.
All right.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight. Whether
Once
it's
in a
in
while,
the
you gotta mix it up
bloodline or
sometimes.
corporate. Walk me out, they laid a big
Give me a little
smile.
quick
Little
fix
handcuffed by
today, chat.
officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. Pow. It's off the hip. Yeah. Oh, chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight. Whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they rain a big smile. Little handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait.
Hold
I
on,
think
wait.
they lost the script. We got some shooters. Pow. It's off the hip. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight. Whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out the arena, big smile. Handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait. I think they lost.
Chat. Welcome back to another episode of Off the Hip. Unwelcome your thoughts. My brother Razor. It's your boy AZ. How y'all feeling out there today, man? Chat, Razor, how you feeling? What's the
Not too,
word?
not too bad, and quite the fascinating show as we get the final Raw before the second installment of Saturday night's main event, and that shaped up to be one hell of a card, if you ask me.
Oh, it do look like that. I'm not gonna lie. And they put this together, in my opinion,
In a couple
kind of
weeks,
quick.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm not mad at it.
yeah, I'm not
Every
mad at
so
it at
often, where
all.
they every time once in a while they just throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks. This one, they bring us some heavy hitters.
Yeah, that's big facts. I'm not gonna lie. They got Jacob Fatu. They got Braun Strowman. They got the contract signing. Jay Uso, Gunther. There was something else.
Now we're getting reunited. That's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh man, it's a special episode today,
But with that
chat.
contract signing, we are getting a special guest moderator for that.
Oh wait.
Like we touched on yesterday, for those who may not haven't seen that little tidbit yet. Moderating the contract signing will be none other than the hometown kid himself, the showstopper, the headliner, the main event, the icon, your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler, the Heartbreak Kid himself, Shawn Michaels.
Oh wait. It's gonna be lit Saturday, and they pretty much setting the floor for the next 2 weeks. The next two weekends is gonna be Saturday night main event and the Royal Rumble.
I was
So they
gonna
pretty
say,
much, yeah,
we Mania season is now in full swing. Safe to say.
they're setting up the table for us pretty nicely, and I'm pretty hyped. I'm stoked for what's to come. And chat, before we get into tonight's episode, I want to thank you guys for being here with us. And we got goals. We would really appreciate if you could help us reach our goals of 500 subscribers on YouTube. It's only gonna make the channel go up, and we're gonna bring some more dope content to you. And for example, tonight we're gonna bring out something new for you guys. We got a call in. We're gonna do that in the middle of the show. If you guys want to call in and give us your thoughts, and the number's gonna be live and active, baby. So yeah, the only thing is you ain't gonna hear yourself on the playback, but we'll have it on the post for YouTube, so don't you worry about that. And yeah, let's get into it.
If
Man,
you
Jay
do call in
Uso.
real quick, if you are going to call in, any and all thoughts are more than welcome.
And actually, since you say that, I didn't drop a number for you guys, so let me just go ahead and change my name real quick on here. But yeah, today we get Jay Uso coming out. I'm not gonna lie. I think he has one of the best entrances in the business historically. And I might be sipping on the Kool-Aid. I might be a prisoner of the moment.
I'm
But
not sipping on nothing.
yeah, like in terms of, in my opinion, in terms of like crowd interaction, crowd engagement, I really truly do believe that that entrance gets everybody ready for the night. Or for that, whatever his segment is, you're gonna get that pop.
And it seems like it's been a long time since we have someone have such a response from the audience. And I'm talking about some of the great ones like Eddie Guerrero back in the day, Batista back in the day during his infamous world title run, John Cena for the most part of the mid 2000s, to where the minute you hear that song, you know it's gonna be a party.
Man. And again, I sat there and I'm like, wow, they really. It's not a lot of
They
times
still
where they.
riding with him.
Yeah, they kept it going. I was like, oh wow, this and you know what I mean. He got to the ring, did his thing, and then spun it back a little bit. I was like, okay. Um, what I'm like, I'm be honest, right? I'm gonna just cut to the chase. Gunther sometimes on the microphone, he's becoming hit or miss for me. And I don't know what's the energy like. I I felt like he was selling me on the Jey Uso. Yeah, I really wanted to go against you, and but then it started to fall a little short for me. The promo between them. I enjoyed the little scuffle. The scuffle was nice. But Gunther, I think he got a. There's something. I'm not sure if it's because Ludwig used to be the one talking for him before, but
Maybe Gunther's just, you know, a one trick pony. It happens. I mean, if you think about it, like from what he's been saying with Jey Uso, realistically, how different is it from what he was saying with Priest not too long ago? It's you just swap out a couple words here and there. It's basically the same promo.
and it's more than that to me also. It's the fact that I feel like when he was the Intercontinental Champion, he prided himself on prestige. He stood tall. When I see him now as heavyweight champion, he just kind of walks around like he doesn't even care. Like, yeah, I'm bringing prestige, but he's not saying it with the same energy he had when he was doing it with the Intercontinental Championship, in my opinion.
You know what's funny about that to me? A part of this seems like it's becoming an inside joke for Seth Rollins because look what this time last year, how Roman addressed that very same belt, how The Rock addressed that very same belt. That's the second place trophy right there. Cody's got the real belt, and to see Gunther and his style of promos and ring work and overall appearance lately with this World Heavyweight Championship seems like it's picking up on that joke as well. It's like, yeah, this ain't shit. The IC title, that's the workhorse belt. That's where all the prestige is. You, the who's who of everyone that's held the title. This is just this.
And it doesn't help that in a situation where they could have helped elevate Gunther as the more dominant champion, they let Cody get the pinfall over him. Now, it wasn't a convincing or dominating win for, pinfall, but he still got the win over Gunther.
Yeah,
So that could have been a chance to solidify, okay, I'm the more dominant. And it's to your point, that championship is kind of always like the B champion
yeah.
for the World Heavyweight Champions.
Because think about it, a lot of folks call SmackDown the A show now, even though Raw got the $5 billion check for Netflix. So it's like, what's really going on behind the scenes? Like, how do you guys really look at Raw as a B show? Like,
Mm. And I'm not gonna lie, in terms of exciting, this run for Gunther to me hasn't really been exciting. He hasn't really put on. I don't want to say not bangers. There's been good matches, but it was just something about that Intercontinental Championship run that was
so,
special.
so let me ask you this: if we're comparing the few world title matches compared to the IC matches, as far as the world title match, are they good or are they just fine? Because it's a very big difference. To me, it seems like they're just fine.
Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, if we look at how many he had the one with Randy. That was probably the cleanest one. The
That
other
was probably
two,
that was yeah. The Priest was Cody was the match. That match, the wasn't for the belt was it was fine. The match with Sammy was, eh, but it seems like the one good match he's gotten was with Randy. And I don't know if he's just becoming stagnant with the style. I don't know if he needs a little bit of break or whatever, but or maybe the belt's just cursed.
him and Dominic had that good match, but again, it wasn't for the championship.
That seemed like that match seemed more like a coming out party for Dominic to see where he's improved.
Pardon me. And yeah, so I don't know. Like I feel I hate to say it for me, Gunther as a champion needs some work. Maybe it's that championship itself. Maybe how that promo Roman, you know, anointing it the secondary championship, the B championship, and it's kind of holding true a little bit. Whether it's intentional or unintentional, it's kind of like you got Cody saying, "Nah, I'll pass on that one, Seth." I'm talking at WrestleMania. I'll pass on that one. I want Roman's championship.
Mhm.
And I mean, it doesn't even seem like CM Punk is hell bent on getting that one from Gunther. He's saying, "I want Gunther or Cody." It's not nobody directly saying, "I want that championship."
Well, he name dropped Cody last week, if I'm not mistaken, or 2 weeks ago.
Who CM Punk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so he's kind of like, there's nobody saying I want Gunther's championship. Like,
No. The only one guy saying is Jey Uso. But also, with that being said, could we see a situation in which we see that belt change hands this Saturday?
I
I,
mean,
again,
listen,
call me crazy, but I wouldn't put it past him. Say, hey, he's hot, you're not. That's that. It's business.
no, and it'll be a crazy dynamic shift because I feel like Raw will become a party. Like, and just think about this. Think about this. The following Monday, what's happening that following Monday,
Hotlanta.
and what's happening in Hotlanta?
Raw is in the dirty south, and also like I know it's been teased, but it's probably gonna be confirmed later this week or whatever. But we know someone who lives in Atlanta that will likely pull up on Gunther next Monday.
The tribal chief ceremony.
Oh, him too. Wait, that's right. There's the 27th. I forgot all about that.
So
Shit,
imagine if Jey Uso walks into that Monday Night Raw as a heavyweight champion
I
the
wasn't even
same
going
night.
down that route. Oh my god, where am I, man? I apologize.
Mm,
That's right. That would be a sight.
it's gonna be whose celebration is this? Is the eat do we like? You know what I'm saying? There's so much unanswered question. Does Roman say, you know what? Forget about my tribal ceremony, Jay. Let's acknowledge you tonight.
Do we get do we get a world title match on the spot? Maybe again.
Whoa, whoa,
Could you
whoa,
imagine Roman gets under his skin and Jay just bows up saying, "Run it right now."
whoa. That'd be crazy. I'm not even gonna lie.
But again, the route I was taking, I was thinking Goldberg might pull up on Gunther, but also we just learned Cody's going to be there. Like,
But look, everything will make the perfect sense, right? In the sense of this, we I think us as fans didn't. If Gunther and Goldberg is to happen, I don't think we really want Gunther in the championship. We don't. It doesn't need to be there. So we could get Gunther and Goldberg like a novelty match, a dream match,
mhm.
and Jay could run off to Raw that Monday. And I'm telling you, it'd be crazy. The stories,
But just
that one-on-one possibility on the spot, like you saying.
but
Then we
even
got
then,
the Rumble next week, that following Saturday.
I'm just trying to dissect the possible situation between Roman and Jay. Should Jay win this Saturday? Because I could see Paul Heyman doing the usual spiel, announcing our tribal chief being once again at the head of the table. Then we see Jey Uso come in and essentially demand that Roman acknowledge him as his equal, being that he is now a world champion like his cousin. Could you imagine if The Rock pulls up on top of that?
Mm.
There's so much that could happen this Monday just off of this Saturday alone.
That's what I'm saying. I feel
This
like
coming Raw may need to be 4 hours.
it seems like they're gonna pull out all the stops. Like, I mean, let's get into it, right? Let's give them a little preview of what's happening next week since we're talking about it. You got the tribal ceremony. Then you have the possibility of Goldberg showing up because they're in Atlanta. You have Logan Paul's
Making his Raw
debut.
debut.
And they put a little graphic on the lower right hand corner giving you a start time. Give it like I you might be right. They might flirt with the idea of we could go
We ran along today, boys. And then also we're getting a tag team title match between uh Judgment Day and who again?
War Machine. Are they War
Hmm.
Machine? Okay.
But instead of Finn Balor, filling in will be Dirty Dom, which is him and JD is going to be a very interesting pairing because I don't think they've tagged before yet.
Mm.
And could we finally see a more deeper dissension between the Judgment Day?
Mm. I think so because just to jump around the show, just by what we seen tonight, even Liv, Dom, nobody. It doesn't seem like the only person that's just happy is Carlito because he's accepted by somebody.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, he's the only one that find things cool, no matter the temperature on the island, so to speak. But I mean, yeah, I think there's a lot going on. I really enjoyed how this this Monday kind of answered everything, or it kind of went to everything I was talking about. Like they giving me what to look forward to next week, what to look forward to for Saturday, and aside from some of the matches, a lot of the backstage segments serve their purposes. A lot of the promos serve their purposes today.
Most of them.
Yep, and I
I'll get
understand.
I'll get into that later. There was
Hmm.
one. There was one that didn't quite pan out that we kind of touched on before we went on the air, but like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
So moving past the Jay Uso and Gunther stuff, we see the New Day walking backstage,
And
and
here we
they're
are already.
yeah, yep, and they're excited to run into who? JBL.
A wrestling god.
Oh man,
Also,
I'm not.
when you see JBL with the New Day, you forget like how actually like massive JBL actually is.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a big Texan right there.
Now they Kofi tries to put $2 in his pocket. Xavier goes on and says they need Bradshaw to be an acolyte. They started throwing some shots at Ron Simmons.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, like
Well,
come on.
you
Damn,
do not want to smoke with Farouk.
damn.
You do not want to smoke with the OG right there. He will rip you a new one and a half.
It seems like JBL sold that perfectly because I don't know if he knew what they were gonna say, but once they said the comment about losing his tag team partner and shedding he like
His face just
yeah,
read, "Are you out of your fucking mind?"
seriously. So it was a
But
fun
real
moment
quick,
to
on that
see.
note, like, say at a future Saturday's main event, or even maybe at the Rumble, would you be opposed to maybe seeing the New Day versus the APA hypothetically? I wouldn't be mad at that.
You know what? Remember when Heath Slater was taking on Legends?
Hmm.
If the New Day could find a way to take on Legend tag teams, that'd be kind of dope.
Think about it. You get APA, you got the Hardys, you got the Dudleys, all ready to go.
Mm, talk about it. That's mean right there because it keeps them active. I don't know what was the plan with them with Penta or what's their plan in general with the New Day as heels, but
I'm genuinely curious to see what the New Day's plan is. I mean, to me, it still seems like the end goal is one of them versus E, or I'm hopeful that that's the end goal. But after that happens, yeah, the big question is then what?
so let me ask you something here. Little light Rumble predictions. Do we see a moment in the Rumble where maybe Xavier and Kofi are in the ring jumping somebody, and then Big E's music hits. We
If
get the
that
return,
happens, I may be calling you shedding a tear
man.
because all 6,000 in Indy are gonna be actually crying because again, much like with Edge when he returned and other folks that came back from horrific neck injuries, this is something we never thought would ever happen. Now, it'd be even crazier is say before that we hear Nick Nemeth's music, say he's getting
I
beat
was
up by
thinking,
New Day,
I was thinking that, yeah.
and
Well, not that part, but
As Nemeth getting stomped up by Woods and Kofi, then we hear the 5 count, and then we have the moment between Nemeth and E once again.
mm, that'd
Again,
be crazy right there.
there's again just off of the what ifs, this Rumble might be one of the better ones in quite some time.
Just to nitpick at the JBL stuff, because I know we was talking about this off air. Um, I'm generally happy with how WWE their usage of legends,
Hmm.
but in this particular case, when JBL's kind of rejuvenating his career or whatever he's doing, I'd
This
like to see that cross over a bit, especially since what we seen was at TNA Genesis, and they have this whole uh partnership that's going on there. I kind of seen a different JBL. You
or
see a
like we
lighter
seen Jay
jacket.
in the Indies all over the world.
It'd have been fun to see. Now I get everything you were saying off air. We don't want to risk injury.
There's always that 1% chance. I get that, but let's be honest. This is the healthiest this man's been in quite some time, and we've seen him push weight in the gym, so he's gonna be just fine. This was a massive missed opportunity to utilize him to the fullest extent. Even on commentary, he could have contributed so much more. Now, granted, they probably did a doubt because again, some of his own material may not be as suitable anymore. I get that, but still, it's like that man is a comedic genius. And even if it got a little bit of physical, it would have been just fine. Because again, the crowd would have been white hot for it. Because we've been seeing it on the internet all over the world for the last few months.
Yeah, I think he should have been able to come in and do what he want, like not what he want to do, but listen, they had him come in there do the commentary thing, and it sounded like classic JBL on SmackDown commentary. It
Did we
sounded
get his theme
wonderful.
song? I don't remember.
Yeah, they
Okay,
played his theme song. It must have been off air during the commercial, but when they started showing those bull riders, you could hear
yeah,
his
that's
theme
right.
song.
Yeah,
You could just hear his theme song. Wow, them gentlemen was sitting up
yeah.
front.
That kind of threw me off when they were playing the guys from PBR while the music was playing.
I was just like, I was like, man, that's probably just the right music to play for them out.
Right, and then I
Like,
was like, oh yeah, J-Bo's on commentary. Shit.
uh-huh. Which again, though, I feel like it was a bit like visually, it was weird. You got Barrett and Cole just sitting there, and then just like off to the side, JBL just like shove them off. Like even back in the day, they would have properly fit him in.
You can make them fit,
Yeah, they just had him like off to the side, no
but
interactions.
Testor has been talking about these newer tables, so maybe dimension wise, they didn't quite plan for a 3-man booth right away.
Yeah, I'm not
Or
gonna lie, that
but then
table looked
again, Barrett
amazing.
and
Like
JBL are just too damn big anyway, so who knows? Maybe
I
Michael
love
Cole don't want to feel like a sardine.
not to get too like off topic, but WWE does a phenomenal job with their landscape, the blueprint, like the thought that goes into crafting like just think about how state of the art everything they do, like the barricades. Remember when they were just the same old barricades you see at Indies, and now they got this cush. Like they were the first to do this, if I'm not mistaken. They put LED lights on the ring, on the turnbuckles. Like the new table looks phenomenal. I don't even need people to go through them. Like
I would say
I want to see
have we seen someone go through the table yet, or just
I
bounce
want to
off
see
of
how
it?
I want to see how durable that shit is now for real. Cause when it do break, it's gonna be a special. When they do make it break away, it's gonna be fucking special. Cause we're gonna be so accustomed to, oh yeah, that table doesn't break.
Hmm.
Then
That
when it
table's
find,
different.
yeah, that one is that's a sturdy table right
This
there.
table made out of that Japanese wood. It ain't breaking for shit.
Yep. But they start with Rey Mysterio making his entrance, and then we go to a commercial break. This is where, for me, I want to, because this is going to be a constant throughout the show. I just want to highlight the commercial breaks, because the last hour or just the main event itself, there should be no commercials. I'm gonna be honest. Yo, listen, NBA, NFL, major sports, they never go to commercial in the middle of the action. I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
I'm not even a fan of the picture-in-picture stuff.
That's just insane, man. Th- I don't know. That's all I just wanted to touch on because my point is they show a Rey Mysterio entrance, go to commercial break, and then when we come back from the commercial, Bailey is being interviewed backstage.
Yeah, that was a little strange as well. You would assume that'd be before we hear Booyaka. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm kind of like, I almost forgot that the match was supposed to happen. I'm not gonna lie. You know
But
what I'm saying?
but Bailey had a very big announcement.
Yeah, she did, and the announcement is she's officially back on Raw. Last week was a maybe. She's talking to Adam Pearce, and she's also declaring herself for the Royal Rumble, which is not a big surprise to me. I feel like around this time, these weeks leading into the Royal Rumble, that's everybody gonna put their claim in.
Or at least the start. At least the big names will get the T time to announce it, and then we can kind of like assume who else is going to be in there.
I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm kind of glad there's no qualifier matches to get into the Rumble. Like, I
I
might have
want
just
to see
jinxed
one for
it.
at least number 30 or 27 or something like that. At least one. Just have a random ass battle royal or something like that. Just one.
The loser
Like
gets
like,
a
like
number
last
one.
person either lose against number one or last person standing just will be awarded a random number.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Just
Again,
something to mix it up, or like back in the day, just like bring back that lottery thing, whatever, and they just put a hand in and grab a number.
yeah, that'd definitely be fun because again, some more content to go along with the theme of the PLE, the Royal Rumble. I'd like to just, I want sometimes, like you said, a little draw. I've said that before. The draw, the numbers. You kind of play around with where people gonna be in the Rumble.
And
I
it adds
think like
more
when
to, adds
Cody
more to the
came back.
nostalgia feel too.
Yeah, when Cody came back. Remember when he came back from the torn pec? I think we almost all knew he was gonna come out number 30.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that's why it's fun to just mix it in. Sometimes you don't want to have somebody announce something and then it's like, oh yeah, well we know they're coming in. But moving on though, we do get
Well, real quick before we get into the match, there was something that Michael Cole had addressed before the Jesus segment,
okay,
and that was Nia tried to snake mommy backstage.
yeah, man, not Jax, mm.
Pause on her.
Which is gonna set up like we spoke on. They added the Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax match to Saturday night main event. I'm not sure if that's gonna be for the championship,
There's no
but
championship. Oh, but no, I don't know, Rhea's championship. I doubt it, but still.
yeah.
But
I
also,
don't think it's gonna be for the championship, but
I don't see why it would. But also, in the Bailey's announcement to Raw, then we get an announcement that Bailey called out Nia in the ring for later tonight,
mm-hmm.
and we hear Michael Cole saying, "Make the damn match, Pierce." But
Man,
again, real quick, Michael Cole. Have you ever seen him this happy in all the years we've seen him when watched him and all that? I've never seen this. He's genuinely just happy to be there. It's
yeah,
very refreshing.
he looks at ease. Pat McAfee wasn't there today, so you seen that Jay Uso entrance today. I don't know if everybody got to see when they had the wide shot and you just see Michael Cole yeeting.
Not only that,
He was
he
going
left the
crazy.
ring. He left the booth area just to go dap up Jay.
Yeah,
He don't
he
ever
was
leave the
going
table for
crazy.
nothing.
Yeah. he was going crazy. I'm telling you, it was a party out there, and that's what I'm saying. He didn't even need the Pat McAfee gas, like you know what I'm saying? Like he just went off the cusp, and I'm like, okay. But to your point though, Michael Cole does look like he's having the best time of his life out there, and I'm happy for him because Vince he had a strangle on everybody that was on commentary. We seen Mar Ronaldo. I thought he was one of the greats to do it in the sports world and coming over to the sports entertainment world. You know what I'm saying? And the pressures that he faced, he done left. You know what I'm saying? With
Well,
the stuff with
Morrow's case is a little
JBL,
different. Yeah, so he just didn't fuck with JBL,
man.
and
But I,
JBL just said, "I'm just having a little bit of fun."
yeah, I mean, I could imagine though everybody, coach, even though he says he likes to work with Vince, but everybody that had an opinion on them through the ear, yelling through the ear while you trying to commentate. I can only
Also,
imagine that that's
constant
stressful.
micromanaging and all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. So if he's given a little leeway now, I mean, shit, I'm pretty sure that's dope as hell right there.
and
But mhm.
real quick side note on the topic of Morrow, since Bellator got bought out recently by the PFL. Mauro Ranallo technically works for Jake Paul, so maybe Jake and Logan could be that olive branch to get Mauro back in the WWE. Just sprinkling something out there in the universe. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. It's a possibility.
Let's not further piss off Corey Graves.
I'm just saying. Level Up Evolve may need some commentators. Certain maybe you have Mauro and Jesse Ventura doing Saturday's main event or something. I don't know.
Oh man,
Could you imagine that pair?
I can't wait to get into CM Punk's promo later. Oh,
Oh man, yeah. Oh yes, sir. But what you real quick as we get back to zero back into Raw? What do you think about this matchup we got between Ray and Kofi? But before that, it seems like the New Day are teasing some new music.
yeah, they kind of just like as their entrance started, they like nah, we not, yeah, nah, we not, like they kind of just, we don't want to hear this Big E in the entrance. It's a new day, yesterday, all this. Nah, they kind of, I'm with it. It makes sense though too. We kind of see Kofi with the, I don't know if this is his first time wearing this kind of gear, but he kind of went in there with the black pants, straight black jeans, dunks.
Yeah, they're definitely donning a different look, which I do like, and I'm genuinely curious to see. Are they going to be allowed to search out their own artists for music, or are we going to trust Def Rebel or whoever's still doing music for WWE right now? I would hope that they will look into maybe like a Mega Ran or a Wally or
Wale,
somebody.
Smoke Dizza,
hmm Maybe
West Side,
Uzi.
West Side Gun. Yeah.
I mean, and give them some type of like drill rap or some kind of trap beat or whatever.
If I was dumb, I'm gonna give a look to I'm gonna give a look to a rapper that loves wrestling.
And there's
You
a
know
few
what
of
I
them.
mean? Yeah.
Russell and Flow,
Yeah.
a big one. Get
Josiah.
that boy
Yeah.
30 seconds. He'll come up with like 3 songs.
Man, Josiah. Yeah, Josiah Willing, man. Fire.
or you send him some bars.
Yeah, fat man. I'm trying. Might have to do something. Yeah, I might have to make a New Day record. You know what I'm saying? Put a cut on that. It's a new day. Right in between, crazy on them. But the match itself, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I wasn't a fan of it. It was okay. It it felt like it was just there. And I hate to say this about Ray, cause he's a legend. He's great. He entertained me my whole life.
Same with Kobe. He's a legend too.
Yeah, it's just I felt like it's more on Ray's behalf because I feel like with Ray, he's out there playing the hits. I haven't seen a
Mhm.
character development in him, and at least with Kofi, they're doing something new. But with Ray, it's kind of like,
Ray just kicking it.
yeah, basically.
Which again, nothing wrong with it because again, he's earned it. But you would like to see more at a or something more prominent for both parties.
And then more like what you were saying about like the LWO situation. They come out at the end after Ray is getting attacked after the law. After Ray picks up the victory, you know, the New Day whipping out Rey Mysterio, and the LWO comes for the save. New Day kind of shanghais them, runs away, and then they peel back and take Yoko and Wild out the ring, throw him against the
They take on
turnbuckle.
the only non-Latino there.
I'm be honest, or the LWO, they by like I don't know, they probably the worst group out there right now in WWE. I hate to say it.
They should have just left that group with Santos.
Like, you know what's crazy, bro? Rey Mysterio really the only one that be winning in that faction. And then on top of that, it's kind of like
Well,
that makes
Zelina sometimes.
sometimes, and it'd be a while for us. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, last time we seen Dragon Lee. I rest my case.
ha,
Is he hurt?
I don't know. The last time I seen they win a tag team match, him and Rey Mysterio. I haven't seen
Mhm.
him on TV. I could see why you separate a cat like Santos Escobar. Like now, him and his Legado, they doing better on SmackDown. But you need a cat that's kind of like somebody that's tough for the LWO. Like maybe you know how Hernandez was rocking in TNA back in the day.
Yep.
You need like a Hernandez, man. No bullshit. Like if Mike Santana could come through and be part of the LWO and really like toughen them up, man, that'd be special. And just on some like, he don't even gotta be
I'm
part of
just
no full.
saying.
Yeah.
Santana and Penta, they got history together. LAX and the Mexicans, the Lucha Brothers, they got history. I'm just saying.
Like that's another thing that's kind of like not odd to me, but we have Rey Mysterio and Penta in the same building the same night. No interaction.
Is it needed?
No, but I would have thought that like at least something.
I'd be more intrigued in a run-in with Penta between either Dragon Lee, Santos, or Andrade. Ray interacting with him doesn't do anything for me, unfortunately.
Okay, that's good to know though, cause I feel like I thought anybody that would want to come in as a Mexican wrestler would probably want to get that close to Ray. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so real quick on that notion, look at Dragon Lee's debut. They do a segment to where Ray hands him one of his masks. What has Dragon Lee done since then, besides fall in the cracks?
Be in his shadow.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
So
lie, Rey Mysterio is such a huge figure, like such a huge character that it's kind of hard to be by his side and like either ride that wave with him or overpass that. The only one that could have did that or that did do that was Eddie Guerrero.
hmm
Eddie was the man, and it didn't matter what Ray was doing. Eddie was Eddie.
and respectfully, Chavo was the same way. Only thing is that folks kind of appreciated Ray more than Chavo, only because that was Eddie's best friend.
Yeah, Chavo has some skills. I ain't gonna lie. Ooh, Chavo. Dun, dun,
But
dun.
also
Oh
that
my
also
god.
generated some actual, allegedly some real life beef between Ray and Chavo, because Chavo
Oof.
feels like Ray is just still mooching off of Eddie all these years later.
Yeah, I don't know. They need to do something with that LWO because I'm tired of seeing like Rey Mysterio don't need them. If they're gonna be losers, they don't need him because he's not teaching them how to win. He just
Nope.
go out there and do his thing. He wins. That's what Ray does. He's a winner. He ain't, know what I mean, he ain't never signed up to be teaching people how to win. I never seen that with Ray. So it's kind of like it's almost like Bobby Lashley with the Street Profits a little bit. Like Bobby was a winner. He couldn't really do nothing for the Profits.
Yep.
So I mean, that's where I'm at with that. They give us the recap of Pensa from last week.
A
Love,
very nice
oh
veto
man,
package as always.
yeah, love it. We get the who was it backstage? Kathy Kelly, I believe. She
Yep.
was wait, she was waiting to interview Chad Gable, an American Made. They cut a promo.
Very interesting promo by Gabe, I must admit.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of what everybody else had to say. I'm gonna be honest. They need work. My
Ivy
boy,
wasn't too bad.
she kind of got her shit off and boom, that's it. My boy, Brutus? He's on some 1990s fucking Repo Man shit right now. He on like he on some troll timing, and then Julius, he need to just cut it short a little bit, get to the point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get to the point and you'll be good. Cause you said a little too much, and I'm like, bro, you could have just said the last part of that. Like, especially since there's all of them talking. I thought it was a little long-winded. But again, what you said with Gable, Gable's always the man, bro. He's giving us them nugs, them like, where's he going with this, bro? I got one man that I know that can help me with that, and he has a mustache. I'm like, bro, I already knew. I already knew.
But
I'm
again,
like,
but it's one of those Triple H, Dwayne, give that man a raise. Well, everything he's been given to work with, and it's working. Pay the man.
nah, I ain't gonna lie. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, yeah, bro. I'm kind of glad you somewhere off, you know, finding your life together. Cause you tried to make this man Shorty G,
Also,
bro.
you want fucking with Shorty G?
Nah, man, I fuck with Gable regardless of, but like right when you know what I'm saying, Shorty Gito in the middle of like he was cooking up, then you gonna take it away, give him Shorty G. Thank God he didn't want to be one of those people that's like, nah, I want to leave, I want to leave, I want to leave.
Hey, but I said you got Triple H saying trust the process.
Man, bro, like I give it to Gable too, cause that can't be easy. Really, like they had this man named as Shorty G, like
Vince legit handed him the kiss of death.
and made him like a made him like Tazawa basically, where he was just a jobber, like he was just going out there getting kicked in the face, bow, get him out of here, Shorty G.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, those are them times right there, the times we glad that we out of. But
Oh, I
yeah,
have breaking news.
talk to me.
Appearing tomorrow on NXT,
Uh-oh.
the current TNA Tag Team Champions, the Hardys, will be in an
Whoa.
interview segment.
Okay. Still something though.
The Hardys is technically a deadbeat return for them.
Yeah. And we've never seen them in the NXT if I'm not mistaken.
Nope.
So it's fresh. Like we've seen them do the WrestleMania return. So I'm
So
I'm glad. And Jeff Hardy looks amazing too.
he looks healthy.
Yeah, like I think you was telling me this the other day. This the first time where we see Jeff bigger than Matt Hardy, and
And Jeff's
Matt,
always been a
thank
big
you,
boy too.
thank you, Matt, for entertaining us all these years, brother. Thank you, for, putting your body through that. They definitely out there. You know what I'm saying, for this last hurrah. If this, I'm not trying to put this last hurrah. Everybody
Oh
else
no
putting
no
it,
no!
but
As well as we know those two, they're far from being done.
yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't want to put a stamp on it for them, but like, hey, if this is their last WWE run, let's make it a good one again, like and I think they'll be good. Um, man, Sami Zayn, how you feel about? I mean, after we got past the Chad Gable stuff,
Are we talking
we
about
get
the
back,
Sammy promo?
yeah,
Honestly, I could have done without it.
but I know you enjoyed what came after that,
Oh, I loved what came after that because
but
we
yeah,
would talk about this for a while. He mentioned it not too long ago on a SmackDown in a rental car with Michael Cole. I'm gonna pull up on him eventually. Don't you worry. Me and him going to have a little talk to talk. But how you feel about that Bret Hart jacket he was wearing?
That shit was cold. Down to the sneakers. Man. I'm just bothered by the like Sami Zayn. I be feeling like I like when he's off the hinges. I don't really like when he's doubting himself or like he
Call
becomes
it what
too
it is.
regular.
He's being a crybaby.
Yeah, like I don't. I'm gonna be honest. Did you find the conspiracy theory shit entertaining?
I feel like it wasn't around long enough.
I enjoyed that shit.
I was starting to like it, but I feel like that character transition happened too soon.
That led him to the bloodline.
Right. But again, like had we got the conspiracy theorists a little bit longer, because I feel like he only scratched the surface with it.
That's how I feel like. Oh man. And in this landscape where everybody doing he can pull a version of a conspiracy theory out like and start just fucking making up stories, making shit up that we gonna sit here and dissect as content. Like, yo, you think is it? And I don't know. Sami Zayn, he's just playing too much, like you said, crybaby, looking for people to get on his side, stuff, pandering to the crowd. We 14-year-old
You know
kids, we
who
all wanted this.
Sammy needs to be in a program with? Cross.
I mean, we get the cross in a second because did you peep him behind Seth Rollins?
I did. The
Seth
White
Rollins,
Rabbit is always lurking.
Seth Rollins used to have the AOP as a form of faction.
But before we get into that, let's go back into the inevitable run back between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I thought this was a much different approach by Kevin Owens go around because yes, he's trying to essentially get his friend back in the fold, but I thought the way he approached the promo was refreshing because he's like I'm not gonna jump from behind, whatever. You and I go way back. You forgave me for my past, much like you forgave Roman Reigns. That's why you joined him, right? And just slowly picking at that and saying, I want you to win the Rumble so that way you can challenge me. We can main event WrestleMania competing for the WWE Championship as he holds the wing eagle high up in the air.
Mm. And Sammy doesn't even say a word, which told me he's actually thinking about this.
Like, what if he act what if Cody loses next Sunday? Or the idea of them main eventing Mania again only for the
That
grandest belt of all.
that latter part, and it's like again, I like how this is the one time I'm usually upset with Kevin Owens throwing himself and everything. This time I like how Kevin Owens was smooth talking Sami Zayn.
Yeah, because I think this one worked because we are all well aware of the history between the two of them.
Yeah, so
That's probably the only that was probably the only saving grace.
yeah, I
That
was
that and
really
again,
digging it.
you can't boo him if he's wearing the Bret Hart gear and all that. I'm just saying.
And it almost, I mean, the Royal Rumble's already must watch, but it's making you want to pay attention to what's gonna happen with them at the Rumble. You're
and,
gonna
and
want to pay attention to that Cody and Kevin Owens match.
and I know we touched on this a few months ago. Like we saw how special the Rumble was. We saw how Survivor Series was special in its own right. This Rumble, they're trying to follow that momentum as why this is one of the big four. Remember, this is the second biggest show that they have behind Mania. So like they're trying to prove why it's as special as it is and why it deserves the respect that it does.
I feel like too. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you tell the chat what I told you offline. That Royal Rumble, and what if it gets thrown out? Just the men's match, and they have to run it back on Monday Netflix. That would be crazy.
Are we talking like the Rumble where Vince blew both his quads out when Batista and Cena eliminated themselves?
Yep.
Okay, so honestly, I don't think they'll throw it out. I think we depending on who it is, we may finally get something on the lines of maybe Triple H comes out, maybe The Rock comes out. They both of them have a little argument or whatever, and that's how it fades off. But I don't think it's going off on some random bullshit. You want to have a legitimate cliffhanger, and if you're gonna go big like that, you would almost have to incorporate The Rock and Triple H in that cliffhanger.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it would come off as being a little corny, depending on again who's in it.
That's another fun thing that to dissect. I guess in the future, maybe that Friday night before the Royal Rumble will be like match order. Like, I think it's a little important because it kind of plays into my little predictions of if you have Kevin and Cody before the Royal Rumble, one of them could probably enter the Rumble still. But if you put the Royal Rumble first, then it kind of eliminates that
You
theory.
would have to assume the men's rumble will be the main event, and they'll open with the women's rumble. But I wouldn't be opposed if Cody and KO open that show. I wouldn't be mad
Mm,
at that. Just something a little different. Because it seems like every year the women start, the men close, blah blah blah. Let's mix up just a little bit.
I could see that. 'Cause I was definitely thinking that if you're not throwing the men's first as an impact, like we starting off with a bang, then yeah, Kevin and
Now, the only way I see
Cody.
the women main eventing that the women's rumble main eventing is if we have a an absolute fuckload of surprises. I'm talking not just NXT talent. I'm not talking legends either.
Jordan Grace, Marsha,
Anyone from Impact, anyone from
Britt.
Marigold. Maybe we might see some guys from Noah in the Rumble.
Mm,
Could you imagine if Omos pulls up with the GHC Tag Team Championship around his over his shoulder? You know it ain't going around his waist.
mm. It's gonna make him look like money. Cause I ain't gonna lie, anytime somebody comes back into the Royal Rumble and they hoisting gold, you don't
Hmm.
see the regular champions really doing that. Like, so it's just
Well,
seeing the champion
we've
in the
seen
Rumble,
Mickey James
period.
do it, and we've seen Jordan Grace do it. That's about it.
Yep. But
But again,
yeah, that Royal Rumble is it's gonna be lit. I'd like to, that maybe that Friday night after that smack they'll get into it more. You know what I'm saying? Cause again, we'll get more of a landscape of maybe they'll tease us with the actual full lineup of the card, and we'll go from there. But yeah,
uh,
back to
they'll,
this.
they'll
What you was gonna
probably
say?
show that they'll probably show I said the Cody KO match, and then they'll just show just a generic graphic for the men and women's Rumble.
Yeah, pretty much. Sheamus's interview backstage. Uh, I'm kind of like,
I almost forgot about this to be honest.
yeah.
Now, well, that's right. It's him versus Braun again this Saturday.
Oh, that is true. I mean, I'm
If
just
he
like, it's a good notch for Braun Breaker to get a former heavyweight champion under his belt, a legend in the making, a future Hall of Famer like
he's already beat him.
Sheamus. Yeah, so it's
He's beat him
like,
more than once already.
yes, I mean, guess might have to send Sheamus to SmackDown then, or freshen things up over there. Cause
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't really don't care for that match. I feel like they've kept Braun Breaker off TV, and I don't know. feel like his matches go a certain way where like I kind of expect him to win at this point.
And I mean, aside from Ilya, who's allegedly on pace, he's on that John Cena recovery method to where he's already back in the PC after tearing his ACL 3.5 months ago.
Mm.
A 9 month injury is back in less than 5 months. But aside from Ilya, or maybe Penta, who could legitimately you see defeating Braun?
I mean, they let Jay beat him. I feel like and it's the same story with Braun. He'll just get overconfident. I feel like anybody could beat him like that, to be
But
honest.
but I feel like if you get someone like an Ilya in there, it'd be more than just him just getting self confident. It would be an actual fight, and Ilya will sneak him a one, and I'd be the one that drops him.
Mm. Yeah, I think the problem is too, we want to build up too many beasts at once, in my opinion. Like you said, how do we beat this person? How would we beat that person? It's like you got two champions on the same brand with that problem right now with Gunther and Braun Breaker, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah, yeah, but the difference between one and the other is one has gotten more confident on the microphone and more polished in the ring, and the other one seems to be going backwards.
hmm so it's like, do you let Gunther drop the title and start planning to bring Braun Breaker into that heavyweight division? Cause I think I'm not going. I don't want to say he's too bigger than that intercontinental champ, but like it's kind of this, like it's not really entertaining. I like the legs that him and Jay Uso had when he was like, "Oh, nobody from your family ever whooped on nobody from my family." Like I was like, "Okay, we getting some leg." You
Yeah,
see the
but that,
stare down with him and
but let's
Jacob.
let's go back to why that worked is because both of them are very good on the microphone.
I mean, I feel like Sheamus is okay on the mic. Just don't.
Sheamus is fine, but it's just again if we're not gonna award him that Grand Slam accolade this time finally, then what are we waiting for?
Yeah. And
And
Sheamus is getting to that territory for me where it's kind of like you kind of the old head in the room, like
he is,
where
and he knows
yeah.
it.
So I don't
I mean,
know,
not too long ago we just celebrated his 15th or no, yeah, his 15th anniversary in WWE.
like we ain't see Kane over here struggling to get the Intercontinental Championship from somebody. We ain't see the Big Red Machine, even when he was part of the corporate shit, struggling to get a Intercontinental, the Authority. When he was part of the Authority, like come on, man, like Sheamus need to find
or
something else to do. All of this chasing, that shit,
or even
that's
like
not it.
Sheamus touched on in this promo, like is 6 months in he beat Cena for the world championship. That same year, I think he beat up Triple H for again to get the championship again.
Yeah, and it's like I mean that's cool, but again, for me, it's like you would have not seen that shit happen from somebody in the years past. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now we seeing it with him, and it kind of feels like I'd rather see him when he had the Brogue. What was they called? The Brawn and Brutes. I'm like, okay, he kind of sending he got his goons, he got his little guys with him, but then they take it away. And yeah, I mean now he's after chasing stuff, and I don't know. It just feel like a reset on Sheamus. Like they really don't know what to do with him, but he a big name, so we gonna keep him in the mix. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Need them to figure
Yeah.
something out with that fella right there, with the fella.
Because he's still very much talented.
Yeah,
He can still go with anybody.
yeah. I think it's just more of a character thing. Like
Okay, so how about this theory? You touched on the Brawling Brutes. Why not call Ridge Holland back up and you have Ridge and Sheamus go for the tag team titles?
I mean, that's another thing too. Like, I don't know what Cesaro's contract looking like in AEW, but man,
Claudio exposed himself by going over there.
just imagine one day Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne beating up on Sheamus, and here comes his former bar teammate to help him. I think that'll help Cesaro and Sheamus both. At the bar, one good old time.
Again, a shockingly well decorated tag team in WWE with respects to both of them.
Yeah, they got what, like 7 championships as the bar?
Yeah, in
Maybe
like 5
6.
years,
Yeah.
maybe less than that. But yeah, that'd be an interesting one. Hmm. And we'll see what happens with them. Or you get Wade Barrett at a retirement when once Miro comes over, you can reform the League of Booty.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like again, I would have not even put that on Saturday Night Main Event, to be honest.
Again, that might open the show.
Yeah, the build up for that, out of everything on Saturday Night Main Event, this might be a good match. I'm not saying it's gonna be.
No, again, the match is going to be fine. It's
Yeah.
just that the issue at hand is how many more two things. One, how many more times are we going to feed Sheamus to Braun Breaker? Two, at what point are we going to start prepping Braun Breaker for Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship?
Mm, that's a good question too.
Also, again, if Gunther's also going to be on that show, do we have two titles change hands?
Huh. I don't.
'Cause
Nah,
it seems like Gunther and Jay might be the main event. No pun intended. Unless they go Rhea and Nia, but I think Jay and Gunther might be
I'm not
the
gonna
odds
lie
on
to you.
favorite for that.
They, they gonna disrespect the that championship even more. You know what's gonna be the main event? The contract
Don't
signing.
honestly, you might be right on that one because, like you've said recently, with the exception of tonight's episode of Raw, it seems like they like to go off the air with interview segments.
Low key with the segments.
But also, again, it's Shawn Michaels, so can we really be mad about that not closing the show out? He can attack KO for putting hands on folks. Triple H can't.
And even like tonight's episode of Raw, I'm gonna be honest, it ended with a match technically, but they gave us a little extra. They gave us a little extra. We'll get into that later, but they gave us a little extra. But yeah, for me that match, Sheamus and Braun's gonna be the most like the most ass build up for that night.
Much, I'm calling right now. Much like on SummerSlam between Braun and Sammy, this will be the shortest match on the show.
Yeah, and it's kind of like
It's gonna
I
be a
would
physical
want it
one,
that
but
way.
yeah, less is gonna be more out of these two.
I would want it that way because Braun Breaker been sitting on the sidelines chomping at the bits. So, and he shouldn't even be chomping at the bits. He's the champion, but that's how much of a competitor he is. He's just ready to knock somebody head off. Whoever's
Dog's got a
willing to
big
step up.
appetite.
Yep. But rest in peace, Hall of Famer Bob Uecker.
One of the
Man,
voices of baseball.
man, long, long life he lived.
There,
Beautiful.
guys like him, Vince Scully. In San Francisco, we have John Miller, but guys like them, they ain't many of them left.
Man, we get Nia Jax. Shout out to Nia Jax. Cause we get Bailey versus Nia Jax. Nia Jax has been on all over WWE programming. Last Monday on Raw, last Friday SmackDown,
Or
this
even
Monday on
Bailey
Raw.
pull up on NXT.
Bailey too. Yeah, like they're going wild right now.
And
Yeah.
before we get into this match, I'm gonna just go on and say this. I think it's time we put the pairing of Bailey and Nia Jax on par with the Rhea Charlotte, on par with the Trish and Lita levels of rivalries because their chemistry is just incredible. I don't think those two have ever had a bad match against one another.
And they, the story's consistent as to where like Nia always got the upper hand on Bailey. She's always washing her, and then when Bailey finally gets her come up in on her, it's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? But Nia Jax, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised she don't be hurting none of these females with that bonsai drop. You
Well,
know what I'm
again,
saying?
she's gotten better at it. It's a testament to
Man,
the work she's been putting in.
that joint look like it be flattening anybody that's underneath her. How'd you feel about the like you said they worked some magic in this, so I'm pretty sure you happy with the way the match turned out.
Yeah, like I said,
Um,
this one of those pairings I can watch them wrestle like 7 days a week, twice on Sundays. Again, like I said, they can't have a bad match with each other.
Not Jack, she's just showing her flexibility.
And like I
You
said,
know,
these two have been going at it respectively for about 10, 12 years now,
mm.
dating back to they had classics on NXT, legit classics for the NXT Women's Championship.
It's crazy too, cause when Nia Jax had that year where she was fired and all that, I was like sad for her, cause I was seeing she was like about to hang it up. Like, nah,
Because
she was
she was
frustrated.
trying, she was fed up with the bullshit of being slandered and all that stuff. Folks like, talking bad on her, and because she was trying to actually bust her ass.
Yeah, and I didn't want her career to end like that, cause I feel like she wasn't even properly used in that era either. Even though she was used, she was featured a lot on television, yes, but she wasn't like
It,
how a
to
dominant
me,
champion.
it seemed like she was there because Vince knew that she was related to The Rock, and therefore that's why she was featured. Whereas now, where we've seen her in a much healthier frame and much healthier state of mind, she's obviously been put some work in behind the scenes, bettering her craft, and it's showing on the ring.
Yeah, at that time off, she had. I was reading reports, and she was saying to herself that she was training with Charlotte Flair.
Hmm.
So it's like, who better to train with
There
her?
ain't
Just
there
you
ain't
know what
many
I'm saying?
better trainers.
Yeah. Natalia's another good one, but like you working directly with Charlotte Flair, one of your peers, one of the people you came in there with. It's like, come on. And she want to just see you flourish and do good too. Like
Hmm.
again, coming out that mind state
And,
of
and when
that
those two
funk.
run it back, that might be something special. I'm gonna be honest. Just
It's gonna be
imagine they're
lit.
stared on at the Rumble. Should Charlotte appear?
But after that match, we get Rhea Ripley. Ooh wee.
Mommy want all the smoke.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this second to take some shots. Their pull apart, they scrapping was way better than what Cody be doing. His pull apart with Kevin Owens. Not gonna lie.
You're being too nice about it.
It I might because that shit is way better than what they was doing with Kevin and Cody's pull aparts. And Rhea and Liv and I'm about to say and Liv, Rhea and Nia Jax, they just got to this like last week where Nia Jax came out and "Yo, I want to challenge you. Like I'm all in your face,
Hmm.
and attacked her tonight. So like this storyline is developing pretty quickly with Rhea Ripley, and I'm kind of glad they kind of like distracting us from anything with Rhea and Liv right now.
I think that's done. To be honest,
I'm glad about that right now.
if anything, I feel they may jump back to Raquel and Rhea, or maybe even Liv and Tiffany. Should Liv go to SmackDown, I wouldn't be mad at that matchup because something different. But I think Liv and Rhea, I think that's done for a good while, or I'd like to think so.
Yeah, they had that. We was talking about the announcers desk. It seemed like Nia Jax was gonna go for something crazy, probably a Samoa drop or a splash or something on Rhea. Security guards take her away, and Rhea Ripley does like a senton off the table. Man, it took everybody out. It was like a bowling ball knocking all the pins down. Everybody went down. Ripley grabs the microphone, and that's when she says, "Book a match between them for Saturday night main event." Mm. That's what I love about Rhea Ripley. She just cuts to the chase. It ain't, you know what? We could scrap. I know what you want. Let's get this match, man. I want the
Hmm.
smoke.
She's like, I could do this all night long.
Mm.
And again, that's going to be a fun one to watch.
I
Even with interference potentially, which we'll likely see it, it's still going to be fun.
again. I'm a fan of how quickly this is developing and how quickly I'm enjoying it. Some things you can't put together this quick and expect it to
Now,
pop. You know what I mean?
now let me pose this possible scenario. As mommy is beating the piss out of Nia Jax while using Candice LeRae as a kendo stick,
Hmm.
do we see Tiffany Stratton come to the aid of Rhea and have the
Mm.
little championship cheers to close out that matchup? Maybe
Nah,
no.
I think she kind of already got what she wanted from Nia Jax. Like I think that was the whole purpose, just to sneak her way in and get that championship from her.
Well, I'm just saying this would be a good way to solidify whether or not she's a babyface or not,
Mm.
because she's still in that tweener, portraying a tweener, whatever. But you ever come out to help out Rhea, whatever, late in the match, and then they do a little cheers. And on top of that, that'd be a good little sign of approval from Rhea, and that will again would probably solidify Tiffany as SmackDown's top female babyface. So
What a
we'll
day
see.
we live in. Yeah, what a day we live in where like I'm glad you mentioned that 'cause I started thinking about that. We didn't really touch on that on the weekend review where Tiffany Stratton was going against Bailey in the main event. So it's kind of like you either have two faces facing off, or is Tiffany heel, or like you said, she's a tweener, which that's the more obvious answer. But are they leaning towards just make this is the new age that we live in? We gotta accept tweeners, or are you forcing us to like buy into that she's a heel? Like it's a weird, you know. Do we as fans buy into it too much? Should we just let it be? Understand that certain characters are natural heels, natural baby faces, and then you got natural tweeners.
But how many of the tweeners are quote unquote natural tweeners as opposed to just being force fed?
Yeah, some of them I feel like the fans. I think it's a difference. Like I think Cena was like a good example of he was able to do both. He was able to be a heel and be a face. And then you got some that are just force fed, like you said. And for me, it's like the fans also have an influence when I was getting to the point because they'll make a heel a cool heel. Somebody that should be booed, we love it so much. It's kind of like the heat that Dominic gets. All heels should get that heat. We love Dom. We acknowledge what he's doing. But in the arena, if you want a heel to get booed, they should be getting Dominic heat. They should be getting Logan Paul heat. You don't want your heels to be cheered on.
They should
Some of
all aspire to get the JBL heat of old, where he had
yeah,
no merchandise, everybody hated his guts, every city he went to damn near started a riot.
yeah. Like Jade Cargill, for example, when she becomes a heel in WWE, I think she's gonna be a natural heel. I think the fans are gonna enjoy booing her. They
I
might
wouldn't
get
mind. I,
behind her if she's cool enough, like that aura is really lit for her as a heel. She may become a tweener.
I wouldn't mind seeing Bianca go back to being a heel.
Mm.
When Charlotte comes back, it's obvious she may lean towards being a baby face and all that because it's Charlotte. She's been gone for a little bit. How soon before they bail on that, make her a heel again?
I don't know. I don't really like the prospect of Bianca. Like, I would like to see it, but I want to see it done right. Cause I don't know if I want to see heel
Okay,
Bianca versus
the NXT
babyface
version,
Jade.
that better?
Yeah, that was some spice, some short-lived spice, but some spice. Walking off the camera, like, but
Just smack
mhm,
the bubble gum in your face.
yep. But speaking of Dominic, the next segment after that, Rhea Ripley announcing her match for Saturday Night Main Event. We get Chad Gable talking with Dominic in the Judgment Day Clubhouse.
This was one of my favorite parts of the night right here.
Mm, I mean, what you thought about that? Gable said he's gonna go master the dark arts of lucha libre. You know,
Whose number did Dom slip?
yeah. Whose number did? Uh, another? Do we get another debut here? Like, do we get a heel somebody to go against Penta for Chad Gable?
Well, that's all I was thinking at the movies, but it's like again, it could be Andrade. It,
But is he heel right now? We're just gonna make him heel.
what was he when he was taking on LA Knight?
He was that they did a face versus face when he was going against Melo in the seven. I want to say he was like a face going into that.
Hmm. Let's see. I don't think TNA has any luchadors. Noah got a few of them, but I don't know if they're gonna commit to something like that right now. They could. There's a couple guys that I wouldn't mind seeing over. One of them being Daga, because they kept talking about like the dark arts and all that. Daga's currently a heel. Him and Penta again have history being former faction mates, both under the tutelage of Conan back in the day. And again, he's the guy that, like I told you before, his whole spiel is Mexican strong style, and he's got that I don't give a shit attitude. You got a problem with it? Okay, let's fight right now.
Mm.
That'd be an interesting one. They could try Ehud, the Dr. Wagner Jr., but I don't know if they want to. I don't know if they'd be allowed to sell his merchandise because Noah would own it. So yeah, Daga might be the easier one, but we'll see what happens with that.
I
But
was trying to look up. Hmm.
I'm also intrigued as to
Whoa.
what
Okay.
what you discover.
I mean, that would be interesting. So I just seen a tweet.
Uh
It
oh,
says they quoted what Gable said. I'm about to master the dark arts of lucha libre. Then
right?
somebody said Alistair Black and Zelina Vega own the dark arts gym pro wrestling school. Could there be
And
something there?
Alistair Black is reportedly done with AEW. Now, does he have a no compete on his contract? Is the question.
But I'm trying to think where would the
Because
what
again, him and what was it House of Black and Death Franco had history in AEW, but Cole won't touch on that.
but I want to know if that would be the case, what's the correlation between Dom and Alistair Black?
Aside from the tattoos, that's what I'm saying. Like because of the correlation with Dom, Daga would make sense. I don't think they would. I don't think that. As much as I would love to see this return, I think it's no longer in the cards for ADR
Mm.
because of how cancel culture is here in the states. I mean, you saw what they did with Mister red and yellow a few weeks ago, which we'll get to here shortly. But cancel culture is a real thing here
Yeah, it is. Oh,
because
you
another
seen what
guy
happened to Hogan?
that's what I was talking about. Because again, like 80, Alberto Del Rio would make sense. Daga makes sense to me. Shits and giggles. Marty Skrull for some reason makes sense to me. But again, cancel culture.
What about Vampiro?
Oh fuck no.
Mm.
One, he would try to go into business for himself. Two, I don't know if he's in on anyone's good graces in WWE. Three, he's on his Terry Funk style retirement tour right now. Yes, Vampiro and him have history back in the day, but I mean, I guess we can't rule that one out. Does WWE still own his music from WCW?
Somebody posted. I don't know how. I would have to look it up. He has a WWE Superstars profile page.
Vampiro?
Yeah,
Where my
I'm about
remote
to.
at?
I'm about to go. About to go to www.com right now.
I'm seeing if he's got anything on Netflix. I mean, he would have to be in the alumni page, I would assume, under WWE.
Oh, they do have him as a superstar.
Hmm. In a perfect world, again, I don't know how likely this is because of the partnership with AEW, but it would be funny if you had maybe a Matanza Cueto appear, which would be Jeff Cobb.
Mm.
But again, because of the New Japan AEW partnership, I don't know how likely that would be.
Throwing shit at the wall right here.
I'm
This
trying,
this is all off that. This is all off that segment right here of Gable and Dom. This is crazy.
and the beautiful thing about it, all these ideas and possibilities will make perfect sense because of Panta's history.
Mm.
I mean, for shits and giggles, I mean, how would you react if they dug up Super Crazy from Noah? Would folks remember who Super Crazy is?
I just feel like my bad. I just feel like I'm thinking too much into it. Like I'm trying to think of like who can Dom possibly know, but I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
as simple.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's basically everyone that he would know would be someone that his father knows, which means someone that also Conan would know,
Mhm.
and that opens the door for everybody, damn near. Now the problem is, like I said, who would they be? You could probably get someone from AAA. You could maybe get someone from Pro Wrestling Noah. You can't really go into CMLL because of AEW. You can't really go into New Japan because of AEW. Um, I mean, we can hope for Alistair Black, but we don't know if he has a no compete or not.
Mm.
Vampiro would be funny, but oh, we'll see how that one goes.
But also in that segment, you know what I'm saying? We get to JD talking about how they got the tag team title rematch,
Hold on,
but Finn
real quick. What did Gable call JD?
he called him JD was it McDougie or Mc I feel like he said
It,
McDougie.
it sounds like something that Otis would say. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what
McDougie?
the hell he called him, but it was damn funny.
Hey, JD McDougie, something. He called him something crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He called him something crazy. What you had
uh,
spoke on there earlier, we got a replacement. Dominic offers to step in, and
well,
you know what's
before that,
funny? Mhm.
before Dom stepping in, Liv kind of poking the bear a little bit, didn't she?
Yeah, she is. because she's asking him if the plan is gonna go as well as the plan with her match with Rhea Ripley.
because they ain't been winning when Finn has the plan.
Yeah, and that was funny because I had mentioned that I think on yesterday. They better come into today's episode saying that, and they damn
Hmm.
sure did. And yeah, Finn is nowhere in sight.
Yeah, because he's all laid up in a bed because Priest put the paws on him.
Yeah, man, yeah, he took the Falcon right off the top of that balcony. Oh, phew, man. But it was interesting to see like the honeymoon phase is kind of over. Now I don't want to say over, but it's looking like we're getting there. Where
It
Liv
seems like
is not
we're
so.
gonna see another transition within the faction.
Yeah, we don't see no chicken tenders. It's no more
Ain't
like
no one
piggyback
playing WWE
rides.
2K24.
Yeah, it's just on loading screens now. Like, I don't understand what's happening.
Was Raquel there?
I feel like she was, but she was kind of like off to the side.
I don't even remember seeing her.
Yeah, like her role has been very like
Odd.
yeah, and I think it's odd that it's kind of like there's no need for Liv to have both of them almost. And yeah, I mean, Dom is kind of like sad to say. It was cute. It was dope to see him getting all the girls in WWE, but I don't know where he goes from. Like this stuff with Gable is kind of it's a breath of fresh air to see what's about to happen with that. But
I mean, what if Dom jumps to SmackDown on
again,
his own?
refresh because this whole stuff with the females. I mean, let's say he finds a different female. Do we want to see that?
Um, yes and no. I guess it would again very situational, but I can see why you'd want to see something different.
Yeah, cause it's like both times with the females, it was kind of almost the same thing. Unless he really bagged a joint and or like I don't. It's still like knowing that he got a real wife and stuff. It's kind of like there's no real scenario for me that's like okay, we seen the love stories with him, Liv and Rhea. I'm kind of over it a
I'm
little
still
bit.
mad we're never gonna see what happened with that fucking hotel room.
Man, I'm trying to tell you like this. I want to know what's going on with Liv and Finn. Yeah, like, there's a lot that was happening in them times and moments in time that's unanswered. But what else happened out there? Oh yeah,
Was this the part of our all time favorite part of the show?
almost. We got Penta versus Pete Dunne.
And again, when they announced this match, you and I both said this is gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, this is a treat. I'm not gonna lie. I think.
What I did not like,
Mhm.
why you gonna give Bush the jobber intro?
Yeah.
That damn near ruined the match for me, to be honest.
Mm. I mean, it's. I feel like he's been getting that treatment of late, so I kind of didn't think much of it.
That was the
And
first thing I spotted. I'm like, really? You gonna do that to him?
mm, and then I mean, Pence's entrance kind of like this the new whatever you want to call it, the pyrotechnician going off. Like you seen that little swirl pyro he had
Mm-hmm.
behind? I never seen that before. That was dope.
That was different.
Yeah.
I'm still not a fan of the music, but beggars can't be choosers.
I mean, I feel like they putting it together with him. Like maybe the music could change down. Maybe you know what I'm saying? They gave him a new entrance today. some new power to go with the entrance. I thought it was
Because
dope. So
I think him and Phoenix own their own theme song, but maybe they're waiting for Phoenix to come over to use that song.
mm.
But we'll see.
This match was very much what I thought it was gonna be, and both of them got to work their styles, and I thought it was dope. Pete Dunne with the manipulation of the joints, the hands, the elbows.
Just that opening, settle on the other one. Pete says, "No, no, we ain't playing that. Give me them
Yeah,
fingers."
yeah, like man, uh, when you got Pete Dunne in the match, he's never gonna really throw that pretty offense out there. It's just gonna be
And
you,
Penta's the type of cat that say, "Hey, you want to get ugly? We can get ugly. Let's go."
yeah. I like how, to me, what I dissected from this match was the fact that they threw Penta out there with two different WWE styles. One who could work with him with Gable, and one where he had to sell the expressions and sell the the Pete Dunne style and be able to work with that. And I think he did very well. Like back to
Very
back
well.
weeks, flying, passing these tests with flying colors, checking all the boxes. I thought it was good. I like how they did this as an impromptu match. Like I didn't hear Penta was having a match tonight with anybody. They just kind of lined
Because
it up. I'm like, okay,
they announced it basically at the opening of the show, I think, or pretty close to the opening.
yeah. So I was hyped for him. His move set is fire. He gets it. We spoke about this. Penta been A1. It's good to see him flourish under the WWE system, and it's only going up for him. For him.
Hmm.
Yeah, though. I know what it is, man.
Imagine when they put gold around his waist, whether it's singles or tag team.
I was just thinking when he had the match too. I was thinking like when he enters the Rumble, I can't wait to see what kind of spot he has in the Rumble. Like,
Can you imagine some what bullshit him and Logan Paul are gonna cook up in the Rumble?
man, it's gonna be crazy. But
or
talk about Logan Paul,
or even in March, just imagine Penta in the Elimination Chamber. This man loves hardcore.
you speaking about Logan Paul, they showed us a real like a package vignette for Logan Paul once again hyping that he's gonna, commit himself to the game, become one of the best wrestlers. I'm not gonna lie. The way he keeps talking about it, I'm interested to see like his moveset was already crazy and allegedly he wasn't committed. I wanna see where he goes
Let's see
once
you locked in. Let's see what you can really do. Because
yeah,
you can see you put on classics against Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. You had viral moments in the Rumble. Okay, let's see you fully locked in. You want to be a full timer? All right, run the gamut. You want to be that dude? Okay, let's get to work.
yeah.
And I think he will thrive.
I mean the way he's talking, he sounds confident. He sounds like a superstar. The promos he's hitting it. Like I'm believing. I'm waiting. I'm not just listening and I'm like,
Can you imagine the internet shitting bricks if he's the one that dethrones Braun Breaker? Could you imagine if they have him beat Gunther? How mad people are going to be?
mm. I mean, it could listen. He already done captured the United States Championship gold. He's a champion. He's a former champion. So
It's going to be interesting.
he's beat he's beat Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in one night.
Can you imagine the back and forth between him and Rollins or him and Punk?
Oh man.
That's going to be money right there.
I can't wait to see who they said is gonna be his debut next week. I want to see. Imagine if they put his debut against Penta.
No, because
That'd
neither
be
one can
crazy.
have a loss right now.
Mm. The Miz, since they like putting Miz in little matches, or Logan Paul versus All Truth. We're gonna just feed him somebody to Zawa,
I was saying it might be
Otis,
it might be someone like Tozawa.
feed him Otis.
Nah, nah, don't do
Yeah,
my
feed
boy
him
like
Otis.
that. Don't do Otis like that. Otis don't deserve that.
Feed him Otis.
Eat a
But nah,
dick.
let's get on to the money, man. Let's get on to the money, chat. Let's get on to CM Punk. Oh my
Doing the
God.
Jey Uso entrance if you really want to break shit down.
Yeah, I was very surprised to see him come through the crowd, talk from there. I mean, give me your thoughts. Like, we could get into exactly what you said, but like, I thought this was A1.
I'm gonna just cut through it.
Yeah.
Phil is on some bullshit.
Mm,
Once again, John, you can't see me in the Rumble. Roman Reigns, you needed my help. Hogan, I'll throw your dusty ass over the top rope.
mm. Sami Zayn isn't on his level.
I thought that was interesting to throw him out there,
Mm.
especially what we saw later today. But yeah, again, he's calling his shot, whether it's the Rumble, whether it's the Chamber. He's got a couple favorites that he may call in this weekend or next weekend.
A favor or two. I thought that was interesting. Even though he
He's gonna
might not call
he's
nothing,
he's
but
gonna dangle that over our heads until Mania.
yeah.
Because a part of me feels that again. So should we get Cody Roman 3? A part of me feels like that match might end up being a triple threat.
Mm.
And again, that would be a massive triple threat. But still, it's like that's could be a possibility.
Like
But
you said, CM Punk with that damn favor, man.
but again, he's calling this shot, just saying, "Hey, the Rumble, I'm taking it all."
Nah,
Do
I
we do
think
we see do we see Punk pull up this Saturday in San Antonio? Just because
nah.
I don't see why not.
I don't see why not either, but I don't see what he gonna do.
Same thing he did today, just talk
Just
shit.
talk. I mean, if he gonna do that, then yeah, they could just put him in there to talk shit. But
It is going to
I
be
don't. See,
interesting to see him in the same building as Roman, Paul, and Cody. Will we see a stare down between all of them at some point? Will we see a stare down between Roman and Seth Rollins?
I think next Monday we get all that.
I think next Monday we start to see what the actual Mania plans are.
Mm-hmm. Little trickles of little trickles of
Is
what
Cena
what
scheduled to be
can
on that Raw or no?
CM
Or we
Punk.
don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
No, Cena.
Oh, Cena.
Or
I'm
or
not
we
sure.
or next time we see him will be the Rumble, maybe.
Next time might be the Rumble.
Yeah,
Cause there's no this the next week is the last Monday before the Rumble. So
right. And I'm sure they'll be in Atlanta for maybe a PLE down the road. So you may want to say that for Cena's last stop in Atlanta, but we'll see.
but yeah, the next match, Damage Control versus Pure Fusion Collective. I didn't really care about this match, but they had some fire moments in it. That drop kick from Stark to Dakota Kai. Man, that shit looked like it rocked her world. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I need to see more of Zoe Starks and or Sonya Deville in singles action.
Yeah, that yeah.
Shayna, I know she's solid. Zoe and Sonya, they have that potential. They've always been like close to that door. No, let's get them more edge. Let's get them past that door.
I just feel
That's for
like I don't know when they do this like they got these women that like you said should be single or not that they should be singles, but I would like to see Zoe Stark fighting or putting herself in a position to challenge Lyra Valkyria or maybe Sonya Deville. One of them, I said this yesterday to challenge Lyra Valkyria. They putting them. It seems like they're putting them back into the tag team division here. Like I felt like, oh, so is this to see who can line up against Naomi and Bianca soon? Like I was kind of confused with this,
right.
to be honest. Now I know they
And
got a little history, these two teams. I know they've been going at it for weeks. They they injured what's her name, Kyrie Sane to take out the tournament.
correct.
So there's stuff going on there, but I just don't know the intent of where we the direction for all four of those ladies right there. When there's a brand new championship, there's brand new gold. I don't get it. But
Apparently, Pete Dunne cut a promo before his match with Penta that during the commercial break,
yeah, I forgot really what he was getting into though, to be
and
honest.
the crowd looked dead for him too. That's unfortunate.
I'm beyond. It's hard to. Pete Dunne, he was best when he was PD2 belts. The whole like his aura is when you put a belt around him. He looked like money. He got the fur. Like it's just everything come without. He just come out with his singlet.
Now, would it be better for him if you pair him back up with Tyler Bate once Tyler Bate comes back from injury, and you just reunite British strong style?
Would it hurt the WWE really to stay committed to the cruiserweight division, or do you think that hurts the cruiser? Like, do you think the idea of cruiserweight division hurts? Because
No,
I think Neville really did it well when he was the king of the cruiserweights. Like
Neville did it well. Hurricane did it well. Kidman did it well back in the day. Hell, even Enzo did it well.
TJP had a little second with it. That was alright.
hmm Again, Ray, Chavo, Eddie back in the day. Jericho,
And then you can graduate from that. Like you can use that to graduate at some point. Like okay,
like you, yeah, until either like the U.S. title or IC picture or something like that.
mm-hmm.
But again, you got to commit to it.
Yeah, because I think Pete Dunne would be a good cruiserweight champion, even though he's not a cruiserweight move style, but he does have the play on the name, the bruiserweight. And
hmm
don't give it no fucking purple strap. I would prefer the old, like you said, the Rey Mysterio from SmackDown, whatever year that was, '07, '06,
Yeah, it
whatever
was oh
year.
05, oh 06, something like that.
That year cruiserweight belt, that was clean. It looked like like an actual championship, like not like a development brand championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, see how with the cruiserweight they kind of made that like an NXT thing after they had the Raw run with it. It was just weird. It was just yeah. But
It was interesting.
we gearing up for our main event of the evening here.
The rematch from WrestleMania 40, night two, correct?
Night two,
Yeah, because
yes,
the tag
yes,
was night one.
yes. Night two, yes, sir.
The match was fine. Again, we knew it was gonna be. It got good towards like the last 5 minutes.
Be honest, they killed me with the commercial break, bro.
That too.
They almost. I'm be honest. I don't know if it's because we're in like a new era where like the attention span is like. I'm be honest, bro. I can't watch commercials, bro. It makes me look at my phone. I walk. I get up. I do things. Who the fuck in the world? Who? Please, chat. Y'all let me know. Y'all watching them
Let it
shits?
out.
Y'all watching them 2:33 minute videos right there, cause I'm not. And then sometimes I just either if I'm sitting there and I'm watching, I'm gonna close my eyes a little bit. Oh wow, damn, we still here. And that almost happened. I was sitting through. I was like, bro, I hope y'all take me through the end. No commercials, and it felt like right into like a little bit into the match. We got a commercial break, bro. And I just gotta voice my frustrations on that because we're on Netflix. They say they can play with wherever they put the commercials at, so it doesn't have to be there. It don't have to be there. It does not. It just don't. Again, my favorite reference is go to commercial break on the timeout. Don't go to the commercial in the middle of the action. I'm, it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. There's no programming that I've ever seen that in the middle of the action they go to commercial.
And notice how they picked it right when it got good.
That was the disappointing part for me. Cause then by the time they came back from commercial break, things felt like a little rushed. Even though there was time to play with, cause we seen what happened after the match, I started feeling like, oh, they just running through the motions right now, rather than having a great match. But they getting their shit off. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Rollins, he's gonna always hit his stuff, always make it look amazing. I think Drew McIntyre, the way he's been losing, 2 weeks in a row to a flash pin.
Yeah, but I mean, at least in his instance, he's furthering a couple stories, so I'm okay with it.
I'll give you that. In terms of um his stock, I've been saying this since last year with him. I don't know why. Okay, for example, you got Bronson Reed, all these other dudes that you want to build as monsters. Drew McIntyre looks the best shape out of everybody on the roster, man.
Hmm.
If there's a monster on he it's him. It's Drew. He's the guy that looks the best. And he's athletic. He do kip ups. He like you know what I'm saying? Him and Jacob are probably but I'm talking about like physicality in terms of visually. Drew McIntyre got the looks to be the monster that, and they be having him just fold in certain matches and uh, in certain stories. I just don't be understanding it with him for his character. But like to your point though, he is furthering a lot this year. Dating back to WrestleMania, like the work he's put in, man. Everybody already knows. So if y'all don't know, yeah, go back to a few weeks before WrestleMania 4. Hell, go back to Royal Rumble, leading into Royal Rumble
He's
of
been on a
last
hell of a
year.
roll.
Yep.
But more importantly, since he's been back after Hell in a Cell a couple months ago, he stated only one person kept in touch with him. I want to know who that one person is.
Mm. It might have been Jinder Mahal. It might have been Jinder.
Hey, he's in AAA. He's a current tag team champion.
Yo, when you said that shit about the 3-man band, I was like, nah. What if Drew bring them back, but they like on some like not the 3-man band, but they on timing this time around.
They
It's,
on that goblin timing.
yeah, cause Jinder's a big dude. Heath Slater put on some size too
Yeah,
since.
he put on some size his own damn self. Remember, he got kids, man. Remember that.
Man,
But again, with the main event, the matchup definitely picked up towards the ending, especially with Seth trying to tell him like, "How dare you doubt my character? How dare you doubt this and this?" Trying to just go for that shot, whatever. Drew claps back. You're too arrogant. You do this to yourself, and then just
Yeah, I
lays him
like
out.
that though. That's the one thing I do like how Drew kind of
Just
was.
talks you down while he's beating you down.
Yeah, you supposed to be on my team.
We're supposed to be on the same page. Why are you making
Yeah.
me do this to you? You know what this reminded me of? Honest to God, uh, back in the day, remember when Batista turned to Rey Mysterio when Batista, I guess, lost his world title shot, whatever, and then he just tells Ray, "You're supposed to be my friend," just beats the piss out of him. That's what it
Uh-huh.
reminded me of.
Man. I'm not gonna lie, like the usage of Sami Zayn is just fuck, bro. Like,
Honestly, this part I thought was just right because from the save, whatever, to him trying to like see if Seth's okay, to Seth being in shock, like he just came out of being knocked out, to even that closing haluva kick and that little stare down to the two of them, like there's some stuff cooking there. And now
man.
that we sprinkled in Kevin Owens and MX on top of that, you talked about conspiracy theories at the start of the show. I think, hey, who's to say maybe the four of them?
That's the only way I'm gonna accept is if Sami Zayn comes out of this like ultimate plot master.
Because think
I pulled these strings and
well,
I was really
not even that.
like
Just think
I need
about it.
that from
Just think about it. Just say, hey, like Kevin's trying to recruit him, Seth and Drew trying to recruit him, Jay, Cody, Roman is saying you're better than that. You have Jay and Roman saying you have your family here, and thus making Sammy conflicted. And who is the first person that he will turn on? It will not be Roman, and it will not be Cody. The first person Sammy will turn on would be Jay Uso. I'm calling it right now.
him. I think the
And
first person he gonna turn on is Seth.
well, I'm saying if he's going to be in lines with Seth, maybe KO and maybe Drew, if they're all four of them working together, the
Mm.
first person Sammy's going to take out is going to be Jay Uso.
See, I think my thing is I think Sammy uses everybody. Like you just said, everybody's trying to get a piece of his mind, and he's gonna lead them on to think he's on their side. That's the only way I could accept a Sami Zayn coming out on top and having a try like a good moment again. Cause I'm not down for him winning no champions, no WrestleMania moment. He got to snake his way to the top if he doing all that. He over here hugging Seth Rollins, talking about I got you, I got you. Like I don't understand since when the hell like why him and Seth been so cool now. And then the only reason he's over here trying to like prove to Seth something like.
You just put an idea in my head. Now you've been wanting this Armageddon Hell in the Cell match for some time, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, could you imagine Cody, Roman, Seth, Punk, let's see, maybe Rock and Sammy?
I could accept if it's going down that route.
Because
They,
again, there no one Triple H and how creative he is. There is a logical reason why Sammy is now flirting back in this main event scene.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
There-
Like
there-
Sammy's in the
there's
heavyweight
definitely a
scene, main
reason
event
why
scene.
this is happening in the way it is. It's one thing to have Sammy and KO have a back and forth, which again I could watch 24/7, but to now also incorporate Drew and Seth, this kind of changes things a little bit.
Mm-hmm. For
But
sure.
again, let's see. Saturday night's main events between Gunther and Jay is gonna be interesting because I anticipate maybe Drew have interfered, maybe Sammy might do something. I don't know. I anticipate something going on in that matchup, especially with the other members of the bloodline, i.e., Jacob Pot 2 is also in a match who's going to be in the same venue. So maybe we see some bloodline on bloodline interactions. Hmm, maybe we see Sammy try to pull up during the contract signing. Who knows?
Mm.
But again,
it's gonna be a week to watch here, and definitely I want to see what they're gonna have on Friday because I feel like some more bloodline stuff might happen. Solo, Jacob, we gotta see what
yeah,
they
yeah,
got to
yeah.
say.
After what happened last week, yeah, where do they go from here?
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's definitely things to be seen. Chat, for the last, let's see, we're gonna run for the last 5, 10 minutes. See if y'all want to get y'all calls in. If y'all get some calls in here, we'll stay on a little longer than that. But you know what I'm saying? We here to chat with y'all. We just
I
gonna
think
have
they
this
lost the
little
script.
music running in the
We got some
background.
shooters.
But yeah, it's gonna be a little. Look, we got on the graphic right here. Raw on Netflix, 3 hour SmackDown. That's the contents for us weekly. Then on Saturday, we coming to y'all Saturday too. Saturday night main event.
From now until the end of the month, it's gonna be wild. It actually even go into the start of the month with the Rumble. Don't you just love Mania season?
Love it. Let me put the I just noticed something.
Hold on, wait. I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. Pow. It's off the hip. We got some shooters. Pow.
It's off the hip. I noticed you guys can't see the number anymore because of this graphic, so let me just put it in the banner right there for y'all. Boom. There you go.
Hold on, wait. I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. Off the hip. Off the hip. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, get rid of big smile on, handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the square. We got some shooters, pow, it's off the hip. I got some shooters, pow, it's off the hip. We got some shooters, pow, it's off the hip. Off the hip. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight.
Chat, we still here, chat. We just waiting in. I'm right here by the line, seeing if anybody I want to get a little phone call in. Chat with me real quick. I'll relate the messages to Razor. If y'all got a question from my brother Razor right here. We bringing a new rollout for y'all right here, doing something new and different.
Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. We got some shooters, pow. It's off the hip. We got some shooters, pow.
I feel like dropping a little leaker for them
It's off the hip.
while we here. Let's see.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, get rid of big smile, no handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. It's off the hip.
I mean, you could be on to something, Razor.
Chilling at the head
Which
of
part?
the table where the bosses
So, Rhea Ripley tweeted, Nia Jax is just mad Tiffany Stratton always liked me more.
Yeah, I will move against it.
We got some shooters.
Also, we didn't touch on another person who's been very active as of late, and that's Roxanne Perez.
Yep, she been out there.
Back to back on Raw. She was at the TNA pay-per-view last night, just stalking Bailey.
Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. Off the hip.
I am the dead man. I am the phenom. Walking in silence. You know what we on. I pray for my enemies.
When did you cook this one up?
Yeah, I'm working on yeah, I'm working on something. I want to put out like a WWE album or something.
I am the phenom, walking in silence. You know what we on. I pray for my enemies. I am the ministry, leading the darkness. I am the dead
Chat, much love, chat. We appreciate all the likes, all the subscribes. We're trying to get the 500 on YouTube, HD the King TV, Unwelcome Your Thought, Off the Hip, Razor. Y'all see the QR code? Go hit that. Anything you want to say before we take us out, Razor?
I got another tidbit from the man Jeff Hardy. He says before he hangs up the boots, he wants a 1v1 against the tribal chief.
That'd be nice.
Jeff wants everybody before he hangs it up.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Send y'all off the right way, chat.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they laid a big smile, little handcuff by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script, we got some shooters. Pow. It's off the hip. Yeah. Oh, chilling at the head.